No shit, he's annoying.
You're listening to the Dave and Wil Podcast Show.
Was that a Muppet?
Matt Cook doing his Marvin the Martian impression.
We are actually live.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Hey,
The
kids.
train wreck. Hey, kids, welcome to the weekly train wreck that is the Wil and Dave Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to Wil and Dave's What the fuck? I fucked it up. I started off so well as well. So, well, it's the Wil and Dave Show. That's all it is, isn't it? Genius.
It is genius. How you doing, kids? It is actually 1 minute early. For once in our life, we are actually not only on time, we're early for what is episode 14 of the Wil and Dave Show. It is live, it's exclusive every week on GlacierTV. You can also find us on iTunes. We do that every single Sunday. And then we're on the ETV Motorsports Radio Network every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You know why, Dave? Because we're fucking awesome.
Damn right we are.
Right. We're going to get this right. We're going to get it perfect right out of the bat. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can follow us at Wil and Dave Show on Twitter, facebook.com/Wil and Dave. If you want to use the hashtag on Twitter, it is hashtag Wil and Dave. And on the screen right now, as I'm saying, you can join in. Go to GlacierTV.com/9992 on TeamSpeak. You don't need a password. You can come and find us. We are going to move ourselves, actually, right now to a magical channel so that you don't actually just interrupt what we're doing, but we might actually allow you to come and join in the conversation if we actually like who you are. Isn't that right, Dave?
That's right. And you know what? We would welcome any guest. Doesn't mean we have to keep you for long, but if you want to try to join us and get your 2 cents in, we'd love to have you.
In Pet Chow's case, that actually is 2 cents.
Well, more like 2 seconds. But
Yeah.
we don't care if you're Brandon Trano Trost or whoever you are. If you want to try to join in, come into the public lounge, and if we like you, even if we don't like you, we might let you in anyway.
Right.
You might have something interesting to say.
Right, before I go any further, let's not forget, when we do this podcast, I'm not an official representative of iRacing. Dave! iRacing! It's been an interesting week, hasn't it?
Yeah, iRacing's been more down than up, unfortunately.
I think iRacing's having some erectile dysfunction problems. Maybe if it starts using Cialis for daily use, iRacing will be able to regain its normal sexual drive and give us sexy cars to drive.
Speaking of ED, how has one of those companies not sponsored a Formula One nose yet?
We're going to come to that in a bit, but I have no idea. Literally, it is the penis and vagina cars as far as F1 is concerned. By the way, in the podcast today, we are going to talk about a load of stuff concerning iRacing. We're going to talk about some things about the Tudor, 24 hours. We'll talk about that crash. We'll also talk about Ganassi's issues. We'll talk about F1. We'll talk about how NASCAR's gone and fucked everything up again. And also, I've had a little bit of a fuck up as well. And guess what? We have our first guest. Hello.
Hello, welcome to the Wil and Dave Show. State your name for the record.
He's gone. What the fuck?
Well, that was quick.
We asked him to state his name, and then he went away. He's
Yeah.
like, oh crap.
Oh.
I don't want anybody to know who I am.
Right, okay, iRacing, with its erectile dysfunction. It's kind of been a bit all over the place this week. However, they're slowly getting back there. But, of course, there are a couple of things which people haven't really been happy with. The first one, the incident limit on the Daytona 2.4.
Oh boy, the incident limit created a lot of talk on the forum, especially after
Howdy, hey.
after one of our Wil and Dave Show favorite drivers got himself disqualified for being a bozo, tried to blame the system for him not being able to stay on track, and then contradicted himself numerous times.
Well, I mean, there are a number of opinions about this. Very quickly, hi again. Please state your name for the record.
I am Brooks Westfall. Nobody knows who I am.
Well, we know now. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. How you doing?
I'm not too bad. Did you run in the Daytona 2.4?
Yeah, I did. Then one of the lower splits.
Did you get 22 incident points?
No, I did not.
There we are, Dave. It can be done.
Damn right it can't. Hey, you only had 1 incident point in 2 2.4-hour races, and you only had 1 good foot.
Yeah, precisely. I was right foot braking half the time because the first race I forgot to take my painkillers because, as you know, my ankle is completely fucked up because I fell up some stairs because falling down would just be too easy. And yeah, I used to only able to get 1 ink point. Yes, I came 14th in both my races, but I came above all those people that decided they wanted to cut the course every other lap. But
see, that's what I don't understand. It's like, just stay on course. Just stay on course. You won't get enough incident points to be eliminated. It's as simple as that.
whoa, breaking news. Are you ready for this? Andrew King, guess what?
What?
iRacing just retweeted us!
Woo! Again?
Again!
They love us! They love us!
If you want to know what that's about, it's that IndyCar video that Andrew King and I did ages ago. In fact, they didn't even retweet us. They just mentioned us this time.
Yes, they
I'm
did.
completely flattered.
Yeah. I don't know if they actually mentioned you or not. They just mentioned me.
You're the only one who counts.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'll be a little bit objective with this, Dave, because, of course, Andrew, you made that video with the 22
Yes.
inks. And
Yes.
there are times when people do get ink points, and it is no fault of their own. Of course, the incident point system is a no-fault system. However,
Yes.
if you are getting that many rear-end damages, then arguably your car's not going to work if you've been slammed in the rear time after time after time again.
Just like Danica.
Yeah.
Oh!
And at the same time as well, it's a 2.4-hour race. You race completely differently to a 20-minute race. You know, on a 20-minute race, you've got to go now. In a long endurance race, you kind of let the race evolve, and you've got to let people go past if they want to race you aggressively, because you've got to bring that car home.
Only
Indeed.
patient people do good in endurance races.
I think I can agree with that one.
Well, I think he just summed up the whole conversation.
I think
Yeah,
you did.
Like, if you're going out there and you're pushing as hard as you can for the first 10 minutes of the race, you're going to cook your tires up, you're going to spin yourself out, and you're going to hit the incident limit.
That's pretty much it.
I pushed the first
Sometimes
half
in
hour
that
and then
order.
get wrecked.
Yeah, but that's because you actually know how to drive, Chin.
Yeah, it's because you have like a
that's
5,000. You have a 4,600 road I rating. I mean, you obviously know what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, you know how to
There's
hot
times.
lap. At the very least, you know
There's
how to hot
times.
lap, but it's not until, at least 30 minutes into the race where you have to catch traffic and then try and pass someone.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, as far as Chin goes,
新年好。
because it's actually Chinese New Year today.
Happy New Year!
We got it right this week.
Yeah, it's the year of the horse. It's the year of the Danica.
Oh, if I remember correctly, you had it wrong, right?
Yes, I did. That was slightly embarrassing.
That was shameful.
But no one
And we're
was
That's like
watching
an
reminding
the
you.
American for getting 4th of July.
No one was watching the show last week, so no one even noticed. So.
Well, now we're reminding the whole world again of your horrible mistake.
Like the one person who's probably watching this. Oops. But yeah,
Okay, we got
Dave.
4.
Yeah, Dave.
Yes,
2.4.
yes.
That's the thing, you've got to take endurance racing different to the way you'll take a fixed race on IndyCar, for example. Fixed race on IndyCar, you have to go for every gap because the gaps very rarely present themselves. In an endurance race, even if someone is being aggressive behind you, just let them go because arguably they're going to be the ones wrecking in about 2 minutes' time anyway. And I'll tell you what, the amount of times that I allowed people to pass me and then a lap later I was avoiding him in turn 6 as I was spinning, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, the only thing about letting guys go like that is the draft's so strong, you can just pass people right back. So a lot of times you're faster through the infield section, but you can't get far enough away for them to have them not catch you, out of turn 6 through, the oval 1 and 2. So you're just kind of yo-yoing back and forth, and so it really takes some real effort and skill to break away and shake those, crummier drivers off, let them all wreck each other behind you and try to get away. But sometimes it does pay to let a guy go because, 2 laps later, he'll run into the guy in front of him, they'll both wreck out, you avoid it, and you move up 2 spots.
Well, and another thing as well, and I think I talked to a couple of people about this, that in a long race like this, one of the things that you might want to do is just separate yourself from traffic on a strategic point of view. And I know a couple of people who did their last pit stop first. So they started off with a very light car, got themselves a bit of track position, found themselves some clean air, then pitted, And basically, they were running clean air pretty much the entire race until the pit sequence sorted itself out. And actually, that wasn't a bad strategy to do, because all you're really doing is you're helping out other drivers when you're running in a close pack, because it is essentially a draft horse track, and you can generally run within about half a second by yourself, and also you've got less distractions, so you're generally going to be running a little bit faster anyway compared to running in a pack.
Yeah, the winner in my split, he did the same exact thing. He started off with about a 9-gallon fuel tank and just ran it straight to the end from there. He didn't have to worry about his fuel at the end or anything, and he ended up winning by about 1 minute and 50 seconds.
And I have to say one other thing as well here, Dave, because this is Daytona we're talking about. It's the fucking easiest of all the Road Warrior tracks we're going to. If people's complaining about the ink limit now, can you imagine what it's going to be like when we go to, I don't know, tracks like Bathurst, or Road Atlanta, or Sebring, or Mid-Ohio, or the Indy Road Course?
Well, Bathurst, you don't get off tracks, you just get walls and
You get 2 X's.
build.
Yeah, let's be honest. Bathurst is really like the V8 equivalent of Indianapolis. Touch the wall, it's game over. Bye.
That's absolutely, especially when you come to the top of the hill and you start going back down and you go through all those twisty, sections and all that. If you're not doing it just right every lap, you're not meant to finish the race anyway.
I'll tell you what, that race is just going to be hilarious, because if you start from pit road, I think it's going to be the safest thing to do, but you're just going to end up having to stop for about half a minute when there's carnage. I think it's like the 2011 Bathurst race with Marcus Ambrose, which is just fucking hilarious what happened there. But that's going to be a fun track. But then, you have the tracks when you are going to get more off tracks, because it's actually a difficult track and you actually have to pay attention to it. And a lot of these drivers, they're going to have to realise you got to keep it on the shiny stuff.
It's interesting. That's such a basic statement, but you have to remind a lot of people, hey, you actually need to stay on track and not go off in the dirt and the grass all the time.
What? What? You mean you've actually got to... No, that's impossible. By the way, the corner I'm thinking about is turn 10 at Bathurst. Just before you start coming down the hill again, that curb on the right-hand side is the most lethal curb on all of iRacing, as far as I'm concerned. Touch it, it's game over. You're spearing into a wall very fast, and you're probably flipping over a mountain.
In the Road Warriors series, February 14th through the 16th, the MX-5 will be doing a 40-minute event at Mount Panorama. How's that going to turn out?
Can you say suicide?
Yeah.
Suicide!
If you ever wanted to know what it's like to, I don't know, take bath salts and then drive a car, run that race.
And then eat your skin off your arm?
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted!
So salty.
Don't forget as well that the Road Warrior series overall has actually been pretty fun. Unless you're an Australian.
I feel bad for the Aussies. They
always get screwed in these World Tour, type events.
It's because they're too good.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly actually do feel really bad for them, because they had it as well. It was in one of the ISR races last year. And by the way, talking of ISR, isn't their website down at the moment?
Their website and forums are down right now.
I don't go to it, so I wouldn't know.
Well, their web server must be mediocre at best. But
Maybe they need to stand it back up.
yeah.
Their website is nothing but setups anyway.
Yeah. How you doing, Darren? Did we talk about Sean Cole last week? Yes, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, remember
Yes,
I'm
we
taking
did.
his spot?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you are, aren't you? Well done. How's it going?
Oh, so good.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Know what I'm doing. Here we go!
Never give up.
Won't ever give up.
But, Dave.
That wave.
Dave. It's not the first time there's been
whoa.
issues. You've of course had the Australians, and then you've also had the issue, of course, when they decided to put the slowest cars, and that was in the ISI event. They put the slow cars ahead of the fast cars. It's like, what the hell?
They gridded the Corvettes in front of the Daytona prototypes. So that was hilarious. I ended up I ran a DP that particular year, and I had started 23rd overall, third in class, and watching all the guys in front of me and behind me trying to weave their way through all these Cadillacs was, oh boy, that was scary.
Can you do that
I'm
with
really glad I
22
couldn't
inks?
race that.
I had 0 inks that race,
Well done.
What?
and I won my split.
Well done.
Thank you.
Did you win anything?
No, not that year, but this past year, 2013, I ran another event in the DP. I had no incident points. I won my split, and I won this nice little sim instruments dash.
Oh, very nice.
So
Talking of...
see, all kids out there, racing and staying on track can be rewarding.
Yeah. Talking about, rewarding things and that, we were going to try and bring me over to Mid-Ohio, weren't we? We're going to set up a Kickstarter project.
Yeah, you gotta post that somewhere so we can, get all of our all of our friends except those in Germany, because they can't watch our show, to help you out and get you to Mid-Ohio this year.
You talk about...
You don't want Andreas.
You talk about posting things. I think that ties in perfectly. I've been a bit of a bad boy, Dave.
Uh-oh.
Well, Vincent, did you run afoul of the iRacing sporting code?
Yeah, technically, yes. I have a 90-day forum ban.
What did you do?
Derpity derp 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 derp.
I'll start this with I was drunk.
Isn't that how all good stories start?
Yeah.
Alcohol may or may not.
And I was, about this time last week, I was on a website which was talking about the top 50 things that people from the 90s remember. And number 50 was talking about unscrambled porn. You know what it used to be? When you used to be turning your TV set and you saw something that resembles a little bit of a tit, and it's like,
I think it's a boob.
yeah. And you used to try and sort that one out. So I copy that in, and then there was someone talking about seeing things clearer, and I decided to post the image. Now, for those of you who's watching on YouTube, and Dave, I'd ask you to go and turn on the YouTube thing right now.
Okay.
This is what I posted.
Well, how
You
much
won't
of
be
a
able to see
delay
it
do
for
we
40
have?
seconds, so you can...
Oh, that's good timing there.
Yeah. So I posted this, and then on Monday, at the end of week 13, when Nim finally comes back from his holiday after receiving 2,000 protests because people's crashing in the figure 8 races.
I have a bone to pick with Nim Cross, I'll tell you what.
You're not allowed to do that on this show.
I'm not going to. I'm just saying that when the time's right, I will.
Uh-oh. Pipe bomb!
Straight to the forums.
Yeah.
To the forums, away!
So,
Stroke clip.
Type.
we're still waiting for the stroke clip.
Stroke clip. All right.
Stroke clip.
Go clip.
Well, a very, very heavy rotation tonight. We had a very Darrison bite. Let's go to Terrace and look for the head of the pit.
All right. Well, the image has finally come up on the YouTube channel. That could be anything moving on anything.
But
That could be the moon for all we know.
but for that,
Aliens.
I have got what is now essentially an 86-day forum ban. So I would like to apologise to the entire iRacing community for anyone who I may have offended by posting something that may or may not look like pornography. I do understand that my actions not only represent badly the Wil and Dave Show, which is every Friday, 4 PM Eastern, live and exclusive on GlacierTV, but also the rest of the GlacierTV family, and also on iRacing itself. I promise that going forward, I'll be more considerate when posting on the iRacing forums, and I will not make the same mistake again.
Now, if you would have just posted a picture of Danica Patrick in her bikini, you'd have been okay, though.
Well, yeah.
As long as it gets me my speed vision back.
I need my speed vision! Should I take the image down now?
Nah, this might actually get more people to watch.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're showing porn on the Wil and Dave Show.
But in fact, no, I will take it down. I'll put it back up later. But talking of
you'll
that,
put it back up.
hello.
Oh.
Hello. Talking of
What you're doing.
talking of speed vision, Dave, Fox Sports 1. I've got a bone to pick with them.
Man, they're double stinting their commercials.
Well,
And it was
double
horrible.
stinting. They
That
were
was triples.
They were that's 5. Quintenting their commercials at one point. I tell
It's
you,
like-
One time.
So they'll show like 7 commercials, Bob Varsha comes back on, reports about...
And that
Corvette.
fucking music.
Yeah, that music.
Oh my God.
Hey! And then 30 seconds later, and we'll be right back from Daytona. Boom, commercial.
Welcome back. Don't
They
forget
interview,
tonight,
like,
Fox
two
Sports
people.
Live. Jay Onright and Dan O'Toole will be right back after these messages. Advert.
They interview about 1.5 people, and then they just say, "All right, here's some more Depends commercials."
Yeah. Hey, I'm Terry Saragusa, and I'm helping out guys who can't be bothered to shake before they finish pissing.
They leak a little to show their manhood. Will get it right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Market territory.
But yeah, the Fox Sports one. I mean, yes, it was mainly under caution, and I don't think anyone from Fox knew how to talk about the 24-hour race anyway. But it was a bit of a fucking joke. And let's not forget, this is the same Fox Sports 1 that were having to give away free advertising because they didn't hit their numbers at the start of their run.
Because they were doing terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't they giving away, like, pre-game Super Bowl ads and stuff to people? Because Fox Sports 1 had, like, no viewers.
Yeah. I have another bone to pick with them as well. Have you actually watched
Got a
Fox
lot of
Sports
bones.
1 since, I know, it's about as many bones as that KFC bucket that was in my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, God, greasy.
my God.
Hashtag greasy.
Yeah.
Greasy bomb?
Yeah, greasy bomb, it really was. It was vile.
Sticky bomb.
Yeah. Have you watched Fox Sports 1 since 12 p.m. Eastern on Monday?
No, I rarely ever watch Fox Sports 1, to be quite honest.
Well, they've launched a new graphics theme. And I don't know how to feel about this because it looks a little bit similar to GlacierTV's theme.
They
And-
ripped them off!
Copyright.
Yeah, I mean, it's not identical. Of course, we use a different font because we couldn't find a font that worked what we needed to do with IRTVO, and we're very limited on what we can do because of text spacing. But if we were to use the same font as what Fox used and the same size, actually, they'll be trying to sue me for the fact that I ripped off an overlay, which they then ripped off. And we've had this overlay for a year now, but they'll be trying to sue me for the fact that I'm ripping them off.
Can we get John Porzuk involved? I'm sure he could file a frivolous lawsuit. Maybe they'll pay you off just to get you to go away.
So basically what you're telling me is that I might actually be able to come to Mid-Ohio after all.
I think that could be a great way of funding your trip.
Yeah. So, John, right down O'Toole, you're not listening to this, but tell the boys at Fox I'm coming for them.
Ooh.
And I don't know why, but every time I say Fox, I've got to say it in a proper redneck Fox thing.
Fox!
And, of course, this weekend, it is a case that they're doing the Super Bowl!
We have to say Super Bowl.
Ling.
We have to say the big game.
The big game! Sunday, 6:30 Eastern on Fox!
It's actually
Superb
6:20.
owl.
Yes.
The big game in the Big Apple.
Yeah. So big it
Even though
needs
it's in-
2 states.
Even
The
though
Mets
it's
are
in
playing?
toxic New Jersey.
It really is. It's like...
don't talk about New Jersey here.
hours to get there.
Well, New Jersey are really pissed off in the fact that, you know, they've got the game in New Jersey, but no one gives a shit about the fact it's in New Jersey because they're all
Nobody
basically
cares
in
about New
Times Square.
Jersey to begin with.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that has ever come out of New Jersey was a band which liked slitting their wrists.
And Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
And Brandon Trost.
Well, I'm Brendan Trainer.
But they're the same person.
Yeah. We know that one.
Was it Trina who messed up and gave Rutgers Kev the win in the 2.4?
Oh,
He got disconnected.
He lost
Oh,
his connection
jeez.
with 1 minute left in the race.
Oh my god.
And he had a
that must
he had a
suck.
50-second lead, and his internet went kaput.
Now, guys,
was on TeamSpeak with
guys, please, whatever we do, can we not talk about a celebration here? I know how upset Trainer was. Anyway, moving on.
Well, wait, hold on. No, we're not. I refuse. No. If random internet connections falling out happen in iRacing, does that mean that's iRacing's version of random failures?
Well, let's not forget, Mika Hakkinen and Kimi Räikkönen both lost races in the last lap of the race. I think it was 2001 at Spain when Mika Hakkinen had an engine failure. We all, of course, remember Damon Hill in 1997 at the Hungarian Grand Prix. He had a failure which cost him the lead in the last lap of the race. The amount of IndyCar races where things have happened on the last lap, which have been failures. Also, you have people that can't be bothered to go around diabetes and hit the wall outside of turn 4.
Oh,
Diabetes hits you hard.
It does. Especially
Reality hits you hard, bro.
check your levels. check him off. And...
Yeah. But I tell you what, I do feel bad for Trainer, and a lot of people know my personal opinion when it comes to the whole Broken Arrow stable, but I will be frank and honest. I have absolutely no issue with Brandon Trainer, Dave Jinks, Gary Borgenhagen, Brandon Lichtenberg, or anyone else that runs on that stable, except for one guy.
Agreed.
So I do feel bad for Trainer, and I have to say Trainer's actually been driving incredibly well as of late. I think his Indy win and his Milwaukee win, that really showed how, he's really progressed as a driver. However, at the same time, what you do is you just move on from bad races like that. It happens to everyone. And I've been disconnected in the last couple of races. Yeah, it was a Pocono 60 lap race. It wasn't something really big and important, but it happens to everyone.
I would venture to guess that Mr. Trino has some form of cable internet, because when I used to have cable internet, I'd get random drops like that all the time, and man, that is just so frustrating, because it's completely out of your control, and it could happen at any time.
King, I have our new video.
What's a new video?
It's an iRacing spoof of the DirecTV advert.
What DirecTV advert?
Yeah,
I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I need some context.
I'm going to have to ad-lib here. When you disconnect on the last of the race, you get angry. When you get angry, you go outside and shout at people. When you shout at people, people get angry at you. When people get angry at you, they set their dogs on you. When they set their dogs on you, you get bit in the nuts. Don't get bit in the nuts. Switch to DirecTV right now.
Except you could, instead of doing different scenarios, you could join different series.
Yes.
Going to R Factor, going to Sim Raceway.
I think we just hit on our new... And let's not forget earlier, Andrew, we were talking about the fact that doing serious stuff doesn't get anyone any views. Do bullshit, we get a shit ton of views. This is our way of making a shit ton of YouTube money.
That's how the internet works.
The most views I have on a video is from a
money.
Jetta crashing at Okayama.
Precisely.
Wait.
That's all it is.
Can we someday commentate on like a figure eight race? That I'm sure that would get us a ton of internet money.
Do we have to do it in like Nordgar TV, or do we have to pretend to do it really seriously?
Dude, Nordgar TV, those guys can go fuck themselves.
Oh,
they're a bunch of assholes. They're a bunch of assholes. I was running in a fixed Chicagoland B class car race there, and because I didn't respond fast enough to Mr. Smallman's question, they booted me from the session. It was ridiculous because I was running third and they were pissed that, I was beating all them in a fixed setup, so.
It's almost as bad as Dirty South Racing.
DirtySouthRacing.com!
Anyone that will manipulate a race in their favor, that is the biggest group, even more than IndyCar.
Oh.
I was in a truck race with a guy from Dirty South Racing. Oh my god, they are the worst people ever. I don't even want to come close to their league.
To be objective, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to race in Redneck Racing Series, where you'll be booted by your admins, go to DirtySouthRacing.com. I am just thinking, this is going out on ETV on Tuesday. We're going to have to edit this out from that one.
Wait, why do we got to do that?
Because they might have stuff broadcasted on there.
No,
So what?
YOLO.
Max Speed does them, I think.
Who?
YOLO.
Max Speed.
Oh, like one of the other fucking renegade companies that comes along and tries and undercuts the entire company. We charge $10 a race. Everyone else is so expensive. Yet there's a reason why, because of the fact that, oh yeah, you're not here in about a month's time.
The
Is it
Renegades
extra
of
to
Funk.
get Will Vincent?
Pardon?
Is it extra to get Will Vincent?
You know what, and this is actually something that I don't often tell people, I actually don't charge for commentating.
Well, the 4 people that are listening to this know now.
Yeah, I actually don't charge for commentary for anything. I've basically only ever been, the only money that I've ever been paid from commentary is I got a free trip to Finland. That's it.
Wait a minute, somebody
that's pretty
paid
good.
you to go to Finland? That's pretty freaking sweet.
Okay, so
Yeah,
for
don't
300
complain.
broadcasts, I'm earning $1 per broadcast.
Hey, you're earning something.
Yeah. For some reason there, my button got really sticky. And it's happened again. I don't know what happened. Okay. Shall we move on? I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Dirty South Racing.
I think moving from Dirty South Racing, the perfect segue would be Brian France ruining NASCAR again.
Oh my god. Don't get me started on him.
Right. No.
You win the Daytona. You win the Daytona 500. You don't have to. You can just run 43rd the rest of the season. Make the chase, win once in each round, then finish ahead of all the 3 other guys in the final race. Boom, you're the champion. Even though you can finish like 42nd.
Finish 43rd. You could just take a vacation whenever you want.
No. You have to qualify for every race and finish in the top 30 in points, I think.
See, my American education doesn't help me.
Yeah, and again, it's an English guy who's had to try and decipher how this works. Oh, by the way, Nicholas Morse, how you doing? Never realised that you're actually posting stuff on here. Jeb Burton is a free agent in trucks, by the way, and apparently we have to itch it. So, yeah, that's interesting.
You should get some powder.
Yeah, well, I still haven't bought that cream, by the way, Dave.
Yeah, someday you need to de-jungleize yourself.
Well, I was thinking I could do it for Valentine's Day. So, like, if I pull, then you know what they say.
What, napalm yourself?
Yeah, napalm myself.
It's because that's what's gonna feel like. It's gonna keep burning, and no matter how much water you put on it, the fire just won't go out.
Well, the thing that I was thinking of, if I do actually put on Valentine's Day, you know what they say when you're shaved?
What's that? It looks bigger.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
Yeah.
It gets
I was
colder.
going in all directions.
Well,
we need ratings.
Wait.
Pull it back.
We're doing anything.
Nice and slowly.
Wow.
Here we go!
Oh my god. But yeah, NASCAR. So the way it works right now is if you win a race, you're in the chase. So long as no more than 16 people win a race. If more than 16 people win a race, then it goes back to the point standings. If less than 16 people win a race, then the people who didn't win the race, who come second, third, etc. in the championship, also qualify for the chase. If exactly 16 people win a race, then those 16 people go to the chase. Then when you're actually in a chase, this is where it gets really fucked up, you have 16 people. You run 3 races. If you win a race, you progress. If you don't win a race, then essentially the bottom 4 people get eliminated. And it happens again. And it happens again. Then you go to Homestead, a 1.5 mile racetrack.
Shocker there.
Yeah, and if you win that, and you don't even have to win that, whoever finishes highest out of the 4 drivers wins a championship.
You could literally have a guy finish 38th and win the championship.
It's like the beginning of Cars, the movie Cars.
Yeah.
3 cars tied for the championship.
Can I just ask you a question? Did Marty Reed and Brian Barnhart come up with this during a cocaine-fueled session?
Probably.
Guys, here's the real issue I see with it. If you're one of the top 4 championship contenders at Homestead, you better hope you didn't piss anybody off in the season, because they take you out, you're done.
I'm gonna bust his ass.
Okay, Tony Stewart.
Yeah, that's what I say. Joey Logano is fucked under these rules.
Yep, pretty much.
Yes. Well, you got to assume he'd actually make it that far.
Kyle
first.
Busch as well.
Oh,
Joey
absolutely.
Logano, Kurt and Kyle Busch.
Yeah, it'll literally be lap 1 of Chicagoland. Green flag in the air, and Joey Logano spun around, Kurt Busch spun around, Kyle Busch spun around.
Yeah, like let's say for
lemon pledge.
let's say Kyle Busch somehow makes it to the final 4 and Harvick's out. You know damn well that Harvick's gunning for him and he's gonna wreck him every chance he gets.
I think it'd be hilarious if Kurt took him out. Thanksgiving dinner would be pretty interesting.
Oh, it'd be fucking hilarious. I have to say though, the Kurt and Kyle thing, it's like they really must not get on as brothers.
I think Kurt is really finally kind of navigated his way through life a little bit, so to speak, and kind of come around a little bit. Kyle Busch still is as arrogant and ignorant as ever. But if Kevin Harvick can get along with Kurt Busch, you know something had to change.
Well, yeah, definitely. And I think there's a load of things that's just gone tits up in NASCAR right now, if I'm being blatantly honest. And I think in the harshest of realities, it's getting about as silly right now as WCW was in the Vince Russo era.
Wow, we're making WCW references.
That's the only way. I think I'm literally scraping at the bottom of the barrel of hideousness when I'm talking about the chase right now. It is as bad as WCW Vince Russo era with Piñata! Piñata! Piñata!
If we're talking about WCW, what drivers constitute the NWO?
Hendrick.
I was gonna say, Hendrick drivers. Which one's balding and has a bad haircut and could be Hulk Hogan? Dale Jr.
Yeah, gotta be Dale.
Hey, guys, the point we're all missing here is if we would have had these chase rules last season, Dale Earnhardt Jr. would have been the champion.
Oh, what a fucking surprise. NASCAR doing something to help out Dale Jr.
So,
It's a
It
conspiracy.
won't matter at
They
all.
don't want Junior to win.
Is
It's all
Junior-
NASCAR controlling it.
is Junior Nation going to print up a bunch of shirts that said Dale would have been champion 2013?
What's this,
Did
like
everybody
Give it time.
the 2005 Indy race after the Indy 500 when Dan Weldon had to print out T-shirts saying, you know what, I won this race. Stop talking about that dumb bitch Danica.
That's right.
Well, and of course there's a couple of other things as well that we talked about last week as far as NASCAR goes.
Hero.
And you've got the open qualifying. So basically, really, NASCAR, in my opinion, has just actually become an entertainment sport right now.
Yeah.
It's no longer
Absolutely.
about racing, which is... It's actually kind of sad, because there was a time when I actually enjoyed watching NASCAR races, whereas now, I'm basically turning on Fox or TNT or ESPN for the lulz, and I have to ask the question, do you think that TNT and ESPN knew about this when they decided not to renew their contracts?
They may have had some inkling. They've been talking years about, changing the chase and all this stuff. I think the real important question is, what is IndyCar going to do to capitalize on NASCAR's buffoonery?
What
Because
they've been
we
doing
know-
the last 2 years, just actually race.
Yeah, but are they actually going to promote themselves properly, or are they going to step on their dicks and when the opportunity to advance back to where they used to be, is?
Well, I don't know for IndyCar. Of course, they've got good things going their way eventually with the aero kits, and I still think that you are going to get another. You're going to get another engine manufacturer, I think, especially now Formula 1 has the 1.6 litre turbos. I've got a feeling that you're going to have eventually another, maybe 2 more manufacturers come over, and I really wouldn't be surprised to see one of Mercedes, Renault, Ferrari putting a bit of effort into an IndyCar program, in the same way that Ferrari are trying to take their LMP engine, take their F1 engine and put it into an LMP1 car, which actually, by the way, John Paquin said this to us, 6 months ago, Dave?
Yeah, I believe he did. But he's a smarter man than all of us combined, so not surprised that he would make such a prolific statement and be probably right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as if you're going to talk about the fact that we're never going to get the new IndyCar before the Indy 500.
There's no way that's
22
happening.
Minutes before Steve Myers posted. You know, actually, I think they're going to have to go down the rough route, which they'll get the new car out for the Indy 500, but it'll be a sort of
But
thing.
it'll be broken.
I won't say
One preview version
broken,
for
yeah.
the high-speed ovals.
Yeah, so basically you'll have it to run at Indy. It'll work at Indy, it'll work at Michigan, it'll work at Auto Club, and it'll work at Texas. Because let's not forget, you run the super speedway settings now at anything 1.5 miles and above. So then basically, my best friend Brandon Trost would be happy because you wouldn't ever be able to run anything like Richmond or New Hampshire or Phoenix or Milwaukee.
Hey, you talking about me?
Yeah, I am, sweetie. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm okay. You can shut the fuck up now.
So wait, I have a quick question. iRacing, they posted the render of the DW12, but normally when they scan a new car, they post a picture of them scanning it. Is it iRacing just rendering it when they got the license, or are they actually raw scanning it? 'Cause
I've talked about this before.
My mind's up in the air.
I've talked about this before. iRacing have had Dallara data since 2011. Early 2012, and I know that because I talked to Sean Siffer Autosport in 2012 about it. They had actually they've had the car scanned for 2 years. The issue was,
Of course.
I've talked about this before. The issue was Randy Bernard's a cunt. Sim Race was getting an exclusive deal. Then all the changes that happened to the IndyCar afterwards, having to wait until about October of last year to be able to then start producing it, and then all the issues with the Lotus 49 and everything, then causing a bit of a fallback, means that we're in the situation where we are now. I think.
Period.
That
End of
clears it
story.
up a lot. It just seems sketchy when they do that. because they always say, "Oh, we're scanning the super late model day," or "We're scanning Circuit of the Americas," but they never showed a picture of them scanning the DW12. And I guess now, since you said that, it's because they scanned it back in October or whatever.
Yeah, they pretty much scanned it. They scanned it back when basically it was being tested. But then after Weldon's death, let's not forget they had all those issues, and then basically it became a brand new car afterwards, which was one of those things that. Did we get Justin Wolverine in here and I never talked to him? Oops, what a shame. But
Wow.
he can come back if he wants. But yeah, basically they scanned it, but then that car changed so much that they pretty much they had to completely change all the data that they probably had from Delara in the first place. But you know what? I'm actually kind of bored talking about the DW12 now because we might get it, we might not. Who the fuck knows? But to go back to your original question, Dave, I honestly do think that IndyCar just need to keep on doing what they're doing. And what they're doing at the moment is perfect. Compared to the IRL 03, 05, 09 days where it was crap racing all the time. Now we've got really good racing. And this is the rate, I will put myself on record. As far as open wheel racing goes, IndyCar and Formula Nippon have the two best racing series in the world right now.
I can believe that.
Yep.
I can completely believe that.
And that, rather ironically, leads us on to our next thing when we are talking about the F1 penis and vagina cars. And I tell you what, I'm going to have to put the image back up on there. Put the porn back on. Oh,
How long until somebody goes up to a Formula One nose and just starts rubbing their hand all over it?
I'm surprised nobody's posted a Brazzers logo next to it yet.
I was about to say, Nate, it's like we talked about, you know, condom companies and Viagra and Cialis for daily use and Depends and all of these. These are potential sponsors for teams like Williams and Caterham right now.
Absolutely.
It's just Marussia has Depends as their sponsor.
Fucking thing sucks!
Oh, and let's not forget as well that, you know, we have had condom companies sponsor F1 before. We had, for example, the Yardley, and Yardley was a condom company in the UK. They sponsored F1 back in the 70s. I don't think we've had anything really radical as such recently. I would love to get a Durex Lube sponsoring the front of a...
Wait, people used condoms in the 70s?
Well, yeah, apparently they did.
Yeah, to blow up balloons and stuff.
Yeah.
Balloon animals.
Yeah.
Condom animals.
We'd like to welcome Al Nagy to the show.
El Nagy!
Gentlemen, I hate to bother you guys at work, but I did stop in to say hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Here we go.
Oh, we lost Chin.
Bye, Chin.
My chin is gone.
Oh.
He'll be back.
Oh, Chin's actually going to have a Chinese New Year dinner on Chinese New Year.
Well,
What a concept.
Yeah, you were
said-
a little early last week.
So you
that
were
was
saying
not our fault.
you were saying there, Dave, about what the FIA. You were going to say how long is it until?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. I'll go back and replay the fucking footage in a minute.
Breaking news.
What?
Breaking news. Our video got over 3,000 views.
Woo! Go party. Go party. Be happy. Be happy. Go party. Go party. Be happy. Be happy. Go party. Go party.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your vaginas.
You're listening to the Wil and Dave Podcast.
So, yeah, vagina cars.
No.
Lotus.
Hold on. I got a second. I'm just coming on here for a second. The video on YouTube's like a 30-second delay, so I don't know how far ahead you guys are. Will, I don't know if you get these commercials in the UK, but Depends has this guard your manhood thing that you guys were talking about. What if this whole scheme, you know, with the penis F1 cars, since it's meant to be safer, was actually meant to represent Depends?
The FIA Formula One World Championship is brought to you by Depends.
Wouldn't it have to be something hanging off like the back of the car then? Not the front?
No, it's guarding leakage.
It's guarding your manhood.
So basically, all we need to do now is get oil dripping from the front noses. And we've got ourselves an advertising campaign.
Oh, God.
Wouldn't gas be more appropriate, and then maybe oil in case, well, for the condom companies?
There we are.
Grease.
We're going down a route here, which I don't know if we can actually ever come back from, Dave.
Brake fluid.
Once the
Talk
train,
about the Lotus car.
once the train flies off the bridge, you can't get it back on.
Well, yeah, and let's be honest, as far as Red Bull and Force India goes, and Marussia, they've gone down the classic route of wanting to go black. You guys?
Well, Force India is living up to the title of BBC.
Well, yeah. I was actually going to make a really racist joke there, and I just realised that I really can't say that about Force India and its blackness.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I was about to say, if you were going to make a white joke, I could substitute it for you.
Go on then.
Watch on yourself.
Well, no,
You have more incident as I-rating points.
I'm staying longer here than I expected.
Oh, you poor thing.
We can
Off
fix
you
that
go.
for
Bye.
Somebody had Cialis, I guess. I've been staying here longer than I expected.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Cialis.
So yeah, of course, you have got the Lotus car, which is the vagina car.
Answer King just got it.
I got it.
And then you've also got the Ferrari, which just has, no balls, no nothing. It's a kind of transgendered car.
It looks like a vacuum cleaner.
It really
Yeah,
does.
it looks like a vacuum cleaner.
Do you
Dyson,
have-
new Dyson.
Do you have
Really
Henry the
sucks.
Hoovers in the US?
Hoover.
Henry the Hoover.
Henry the Hoover.
No, you don't, do you?
We have the
we
Hoover
ordered
Vacuum
Hoover.
Company.
One
That's what he's
minute.
talking about.
You idiots call every vacuum a Hoover.
It's a
Yeah, we
Hoover.
do. Henry the Hoover.
No, we just don't have vacuums in the U.S. We just pick it up off the ground.
Is that what Mexican people are for?
Oh my
Hey,
God.
hey, come on now. We got to employ everybody here.
Well, yeah.
Oh, God.
True.
We have to make sure everyone has a job.
There we are.
No, we
the
don't.
new
We
Ferrari
just have to make
car
sure enough
should
people have
actually
a
be-
job.
Shut up! I'm talking. The new F1 car should be called Henry.
Henry the Hoover.
Henry
I remember those.
The motherfucking Hoover.
He was little eyes.
Sucks.
So, let's be honest, actually. The F1, that has been the main topic of conversation, but Red Bull have sucked in this qualifying session.
This
Not
is the
qualifying,
first-
in test session. They've sucked.
Yeah,
This
don't
is the
look
fir-
into it. Don't
Yeah.
look too much into it.
There we
No,
find a way.
this is the first time in like 6 months that they haven't led something.
Well, of course, let's not forget that, what's his fucking face? That cock-sucking asshole. Lewis Hamilton, he's the one. Lewis Hamilton actually
He's one of your countrymen.
He was the fastest driver at one point. I don't know, the first driver to set a lap, and that's the last time he's actually going to be the fastest guy all season long.
Oh, come on now.
Don't ever give up.
Not that
Don't
much.
ever give up.
Hey, we were talking about iRacing earlier. We forgot the most important addition to the iRacing service, which is the ban list.
Yes!
It's a blacklist, isn't it?
Racist.
Yes, it is. How does one go setting up a ban list?
I don't know. I haven't actually bothered to pay attention to this. I'm going to actually... Give me 1 minute, because I want to show the world Henry the Hoover, in case people have never actually seen it.
iRacing posted a Z4 render on their Facebook page 59 seconds ago.
Oh my god! Breaking news!
Yeah, but when's it going to be ready?
I don't know. It looks pretty raw to me.
Soon.
Oh no, I've broken part of our theme. Okay, it's back now.
Oh, you broke something?
Yeah, there we are, it's gone.
Give me a
I'm gonna go, wow, the Z4 actually looks sexy as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That does look pretty nice.
It does look sexy as absolute. Oh my god. Guys, we'll be back in a minute. Talk amongst yourself.
I'll be
boy.
hooking,
10 out of
I'll be
10.
hooking my Z4 up with some Turner Motorsports colors on that.
VTech kicked in, yo.
Mine's gonna be white.
Oh, Will.
Okay,
more sound
guys, I'm
clips.
back.
People under 18 are watching this.
He already showed scrambled porn.
Yeah, precisely. So you're thinking right now then, Dave, that actually we don't need to be that worried about Red Bull?
Yeah, I'm not saying we don't have to be worried about him, but it does open the door a lot more for some potential competition, at least the first couple races of the year.
Well, I'll
yeah.
tell you, as a Red Bull fan, I'm glad to see Red Bull struggling a little bit because basically
He's a Red Bull fan. He's moved.
He sounded like he was about to make a good point too.
Oh, sorry.
Halfway through the season, basically the season's over, so there's no fun in it anymore.
Like at the summer break. After the summer break at Spa, Seb won the rest of the races, didn't he?
Yep.
Oh, did you realise that we actually moved you, or as soon as you said, because I'm a Red Bull fan?
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that.
Don't ever give up.
In my defense, I've been a Red Bull fan a lot longer than Sebastian Vettel winning his very first championship. So, but
I can attest to that.
But like I have been telling Dave for years, now it's starting to get boring. I want to see competition. I like that. That's what Formula One's about. It's not about someone running away with it. And that's the only problem with Formula One is because everyone designs their own car, you get one team that inevitably runs away with it.
Well, yeah, and the idea of a car being able to be better, a driver being able to be better than the car, I can honestly say I think the last year we ever really had that was when, I think it was Kimi Räikkönen when he was in McLaren, and he had the chance to win the championship, and he had Montoya as well. He was close to win the championship in the Williams, which, let's be honest, was an absolute dog of a car. And ever since then, it really has been, if you've got the fastest car, you're going to win the championship, and there's nothing really that can change that at all. But I'll tell you what, actually, Al, I'm lived most of my life in Milton Keynes, so I naturally was a Red Bull fan before Red Bull even existed. It was Jaguar Racing, with good old Bobby Rahal. That was a bit of a fuck-up now, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And before that,
it's almost
of
as
course,
bad as
Stuart
USF1.
Ford. Yeah, Stuart Ford. Now, actually, Stuart Ford are a pretty good bunch of people, I think.
Didn't they win a race?
They did. They won the 1999 European Grand Prix at the Nürburgring. It was that whole wet, dry race.
Very nice.
When Marc Genet from Minardi scored a point and Luca Bador almost scored a podium.
I figured out how to blacklist, by the way.
Would you like to give me a step-by-step guide of how to blacklist someone on iRacing? And I'm going to put some backing music on, starting now.
Absolutely. If you go to the iRacing website and you search the driver name, once the search list comes up, you can hover over their driver helmet and the option to add to blacklist. Click that, their name turns red, they're banned from your hosted sessions.
What I really like here is the fact that you add them to a blacklist and then their helmet turns red.
That's right.
That's
sorry.
Racist.
Yeah, that really is. King?
You effectively shot him in the head.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's quite violent. You're sick, Mr. King. You're sick.
I'm a sick individual.
You're a sick individual.
Did you see that?
I did. That's why I said it.
That was awesome. I posted a picture of Robin Williams in full beard saying, "What year is it?" as a response to, "This is what I imagine Michael Schumacher will say when he comes out of his coma." And some dude just came out and called me a sick individual, and I just didn't get it.
Well, can I just say, actually, I think it's a little bit relevant that we talk about Schumacher a little bit because, of course, it's been a month now since he had that accident. And
he's still with us.
He is. But the one thing that's really angered me, and I'm a real F1 fan, one thing that's really angered me is how the media don't understand the fact that there is a wife involved in this. There are kids involved in this. And essentially a dad and a husband is lying in a coma in a hospital. Now, to all of you fucking wanker motorsport journalists, I am not going to come and report on what would happen to you if, God forbid, someone in your family was to have an accident. So what the fuck are you doing it to Michael?
Well, it's kind of one of the things that goes along with being a celebrity, isn't it? Not saying it's right or wrong.
The families, the stress just is on them so much when your husband or your brother or whomever it may be is lying there in a coma, not knowing if he's going to wake up. It's so stressful on them that the media just doesn't recognize it. They don't have feelings, I don't think.
Yeah, and I think that's horrible. And this actually ties into a couple of other points as well. And it all comes down to, I think journalism and motorsports at the moment, all it does really is it fuels a lot of hate and anger. You have a look at, NASCAR, the whole have at it ideas. And in my opinion, people like Jamie Little, directors from ESPN and Fox, they do as much bad for NASCAR as the drivers do when they get into an incident, because they're actually almost provoking the drivers.
Yeah, that's true. They do ask very pointed questions, trying to get an answer out of people. And yeah, I know there's probably some idiot director in their ear, but at the end of the day, they're the one asking the questions, and it's the unfortunate part of the media. They're trying to prod a guy or a person to get a certain type of, dramatic, Richard Sherman type answer. But I don't know. It just sucks that has to happen.
I feel bad for that girl that had to interview Richard Sherman at the Daytona 500 trying to find Danica.
Well, Erin Andrews, she deserves it, let's be honest.
Yeah, she does. And then she gets all bent out of shape because someone's got naked pictures of her doing yoga. Have you seen her? I would not mind having naked pictures of her.
Wait. Someone has naked pictures of her doing yoga?
Yeah, didn't you hear about the big thing? Some janitor or something was filming her through a hotel room.
Oh my
I didn't realize
That's an
that.
invasion of privacy, and that's bullshit. She shouldn't have to deal with that, and
That's
nobody
true.
should.
No.
Well, no,
Yeah,
nobody should.
Somebody shouldn't reverse peephole you and be able to see in your room when you're naked. I mean, that's totally not right.
She fires back and
absolutely
catches
not.
the janitor wanking.
Now, if she's on the beach topless and someone takes her picture, well,
That's your own fault.
Exactly. Guys, how come when I just signed up to do a test session on my own, I got booted out of it?
I'm not quite
Did you ban yourself?
I did not ban myself. Not a hosted session.
Did you
it's just like a
blacklist
test.
yourself?
I will
Blacklist
blacklist
yourself.
myself. I'm too reckless.
I was trying to do the rough rear-wheel drive car at Talladega to see how fast it would go.
Oh, by the way, also, let's not forget, as far as Erin Andrews goes, she got soaked at the Red Sox game.
Why? What happened there?
What?
Yeah, she got absolutely drenched. She had stuff
Somebody poured
thrown all over her.
Was she wearing a white shirt or
No,
what?
she had the Gatorade bath. But yeah, Erin Andrews, as far as I'm concerned, she actually really annoys me, so she can get all that's coming to her as far as Richard Sherman interviews go. However, we won't invade her privacy because that's not fair. Have we got anything that we need to talk about still, Dave?
Super Bowl predictions.
Yes. To piss Paul Jenkins off, we have to talk about the Super Bowl the last 5 minutes.
Wait, okay. One more time. This Sunday on Fox, it's gonna be the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. Super Bowl 48, Sunday on Fox.
Very nice.
My heart is saying Peyton, my head is saying Seahawks.
Yeah, my heart says Peyton Manning, but I'm hoping he doesn't do a typical Peyton Manning and fall apart when, the real money's on the line, so to speak.
Well, I mean, of course, having a look at the weather forecast, and it's kind of swung a little bit in Peyton's favour, because 2 days ago, we were talking about 10 to 20 mile an hour winds. That's now 5 to 10 mile an hour winds. And 10 miles an hour to 20 miles an hour, that's a big jump when, essentially, the Broncos rely on a throwing game.
Yeah,
The Broncos don't have that good of a running game, to say the least.
And also, I think the Seahawks, they can stop a running game, with their eyes closed, with both their arms tied behind their back, with Rottweilers biting at their feet, and people shooting machetes at them.
What is a Rottweiler?
Rottweiler, a dog.
Oh, Rottweiler.
A Rottweiler, yeah.
That's what I'm dropping off at Dave's house after the show.
Oh, no, you're not giving me your retarded dog.
He's special.
Your Down syndrome dog.
That's what he is.
Now, a dog is for life, not just because he's pretty or not.
Now, tell him the story about how he ate the plastic bag.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. That dog, he'll eat anything. He'll eat anything but food. So he ate a bag. I don't know what it must have been something in the bag. One of those grocery bags, the biodegradable ones. It was hanging out his rear end. And my wife, I call my wife at work. She's like, "Well, pull it out." I'm like, "I ain't pulling it out. It's my job. I told her I'll pull it out. I'll pull it out with a rake."
Yeah, but what you did do was take a picture of it and group message it to all of us.
That was kind of funny.
Have you seen that picture of that one sticky hand that's hanging out of the dog's ass?
Oh, no.
That's what it reminds me of.
Oh, I wonder if it was still sticky.
Well,
Hey guys, what's brown and sticky?
I don't know.
A stick.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's the best joke I've ever heard in my life.
Dad jokes.
Dead jokes.
Pull it back.
How fast?
Nice
What else
and
is new?
slowly.
If you haven't listened to this show enough to know that we go off the tracks fairly quickly and often, then you just haven't been paying enough.
Yeah, so
I'm
Super Bowl
halfway this
predictions.
show. I haven't
Okay.
missed an episode.
Super Bowl predictions. You've not missed an episode.
No, I've seen all of them.
Congratulations.
Someone give him some merchandise.
We don't have any.
You can have Wil and Dave
I'll
logo.
make
You
you
can run it in your
made
car.
My
Can
sister
of
knits, we
Budweiser.
can make a Wil and Dave hat.
Yeah, do you know how that cost me money? Do you think I'm gonna have money to burn on this shit? The reason why we're doing this is to make money, you fucktard.
How about if I ever see
What?
Will, I get a hug?
Will, wait, do you sell this on the iTunes?
No, we make
We need a
advertising
sponsor.
money. You
Turn
idiot.
it around for a profit.
You need a sponsor. You need a sticker.
He got
sticker
booted.
company. You need a sticker company as a sponsor, and we can make Wil and Dave podcast stickers.
And we could just randomly post them in bars or on hot chicks or on homeless people.
Oh,
That's
back of police
Just
cars.
put them on like signposts and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you is there room on the back of a Cleveland police car for a Wil and Dave Show sticker?
Oh, there's plenty of room on the back of one.
So when you're rolling through the not so nice areas of Cleveland, they're going to be looking at that and be like, "Hey, Wil and Dave Show, let's check that out."
Yeah.
Instead-
I was also
instead of-
thinking, can we sponsor it when they get their photos taken?
Instead of popping some caps, let's listen to iTunes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Wil and Dave
Yeah,
Show is
Wil and
going to
Dave
change
change
the
the world.
fucking world.
Yes, we're going to change the world one criminal at a time.
Right.
Apologies for the dog.
And on that note,
I'm not actually going to finish the show here because I'm going to cut some bits out when we weren't actually really talking or doing anything. Super Bowl predictions. Dave, who's going to win?
Denver Broncos are going to win the game in a thriller, 28-27.
28-27. Can it come to the last play of the game?
I think it will.
Al?
36-24 Broncos, not even close.
King?
It's a brick house. Broncos. I don't care about the score.
Brooks?
Broncos 21-14, close game.
Jeff?
27-21 Seahawks.
Oh.
Ooh.
Guys, Tecmo Super Bowl predicted that the Broncos would win the game in overtime on a safety.
I was going to say, it is... No, I actually think this game will go to OT.
It's the
You,
spread.
believe,
I wouldn't be
you
surprised.
believe this will be the first overtime in a Super Bowl, huh?
Yeah. Can you imagine the fucking ratings? I mean, let's not forget
That would...
that Fox always gets the most ratings anyway out of all of the networks.
And they would be legitimate compared to NASCAR.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be awesome if it was Richard Sherman with a pick six for the win?
Oh my god.
Oh.
I'm the best fucking quarterback in the world! Don't you come to me, Crabtree!
I think I think he gets a little bit of a raw deal after watching some interviews with him and reading the backstory. He got some raw deals on it. He went off on Crabtree because he generally was trying to be nice to the guy, and the guy kind of blew him off and lit him up on national TV.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sherman's a great guy. He's really smart too. It's just the media overhypes him.
Did you see,
This
by the way...
just in, Daryl Waltrip and Larry McReynolds to be in the booth for the Super Bowl.
What?
What?
Seriously,
No.
where?
No.
I was
No.
about to say.
Seriously, no.
And here they go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. They're kicking the ball into the air, boys.
Boogity,
It'd be
boogity,
better than
boogity,
having
let's go
Joe Buck in there.
throwing.
We really should do a Super Bowl Wil and Dave Show special, but everyone's watching it on their real TVs.
That's right. I won't even be home.
Yeah.
You should do a
I'll
radio
be-
broadcast.
I'll be drinking someone else's beer.
Ew.
That's the best beer to drink is someone else's.
Yep. I honestly
Not
do think
true.
this game will go to OT. The
What
ratings
the
are
hell
going
do
to
you... What the hell does Jeff Drake know about drinking beer? He's like 13.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, have
Cue
you
the
started
Trost
having those
boy.
weird things when, you know, you see a girl who you might like to kiss and things start changing in your body?
Things start moving around in your pants.
Whoa.
Still have
get that
yet
fuzzy
to
feeling
experience
inside?
that.
My pants are wet, and I don't know why.
Guys, I'm entering into my first GT3 race.
Yay!
Whoa.
Oh, you should have said something earlier. I would have raced with you.
Right.
All
You
right.
mean beat me?
No, I wouldn't have beat you. Hosted session. Will.
Oh.
Rough rear-wheel drive, 700 horsepower at Talladega.
I bet your gearing wouldn't work there, or does it?
No, it goes like 2,000 miles an hour.
I've been preaching to Dave. He needs to host rear-wheel drive at the 07 Daytona, but he just ignores me.
Yeah, but like
Everyone-
things, yeah,
everyone
Talladega, at
the
least you've
car
got a little bit of room when the
bounces
car
around
tries to
enough.
spin out on you.
I'm hyped for the Silver Crowns at 2007 Daytona in Week 3. That's going to be
Yeah,
amazing.
who the hell made that decision? I saw that.
I don't know. It's like the best and the worst decision ever on iRacing, ever.
That's either going to be the best or the worst.
The best and worst decision in terms of scheduling on iRacing was, I think it was 2 seasons ago,
Talladega
SK
IndyCar.
modified at Michigan.
What?
Yeah, go take a look. It's either SK or Tour Modifieds, and they raced at Michigan.
No, it wasn't.
And-
It was when they had these Star Mazdas at Charlotte, and they didn't even have a gear that would just survive at
Oh,
Charlotte.
yeah. Patch it in the middle of the week.
Also, late models were at
Dover.
Chicagoland.
Yeah, whatever. You're kind of boring me now, Jeff. Shut up.
IndyCars at Talladega needs to be a thing next season.
Well, only if they can do it the
Hi,
same number of laps so
Hey,
that
I'm
I can
all
carry on
for
my
it.
strategy.
Only if there's a fixed setup.
I'm all
for both
for it.
open and
I know that.
I think that'd be cool to do. I mean, I ran it last time they did it. It wasn't anything special, to be quite honest, but I still think it'd be cool to have.
Oh, shut
Three-
up.
3 wide worked, and the draft worked. The side draft worked. It
Well,
was
yeah,
good racing.
and also you could use fuel strategy, couldn't you, Dave?
Will Vincent run out of fuel, then run out of fuel again to win the race and only do it on one stop.
Yep.
Wow.
And that was the fastest strategy for Talladega. It was the fastest race finish that week.
Yes, it was.
Deal with it.
Winning.
Winning! I think we're almost done.
I think that was... yeah. We didn't apparently make Paul Jenkins angry enough to come on the show and lambaste
No, we
us,
didn't,
so
which is rather
we didn't do our
upsetting.
job.
Don't forget, you need to exit! And also, I might get Liam Jenkins about. We might do a proper Super Bowl special. Dave, you going to be down for a Super Bowl special? We'll just talk about the Super Bowl?
I'm not going to be home.
No, like, between now and then.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah? Oh, okay. Who cares? Yeah, whatever. So we've got
Yeah,
apparently
just
Blame Sim Raceway for something. Yeah, Blame Sim Raceway. Blame Sim Raceway for everything, because they suck.
Gotta go race time. Sorry. Bye. Love you guys.
Well,
Hey,
okay.
we're having an
Love you
Indy
more.
500 with 6 cars.
And Liam Jenkins
Six?
commentating it.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, 14. I'm sorry, 14.
That's still pretty bad. That's like
What are we
Forza 5
talking
or
about?
whatever.
Oh,
Then
shut
fail
up.
away.
Okay, here we go.
Don't ever give up.
Pull it back. Nice and slowly.
Well, that has been the slightly elongated episode 14 of the Wil and Dave Show. It has been live on Glacier. Hey, guys. Don't forget to go to Twitter if you actually use that Twitter thing. Follow us at Wil and Dave Show. Hashtag Wil and Dave. Facebook.com/Wil and Dave. We are available on iTunes. Subscribe to GlacierTV. Subscribe to us on the iTunes page. Go and check out the ETV and Motorsports Radio Network every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, because you get to listen to it again. And hey, you can play the drinking game. If you are doing the Super Bowl this weekend, don't forget to play the Omaha drinking game. Every time Peyton Manning says the words Omaha, take a shot of Everclear. It'll be great. Dave? Omaha!
Don't forget to look out for me on In Racing News, Brooks Westfall. I'll be doing Silver Crowns this season.
And of course, Dave does his stuff, and I'm doing my stuff as well, because I am the new reporter for the iRacing.com World Championship Grand Prix Series.
Of all my podcasts, this one was the most recent.
I can't find the stop button.
Of all my podcasts,
Right next
this is
to
my
the play
first.
button.
I'm randomly covering random things for In Racing News, so I'm not covering any particular series.